Welcome back. Welcome to part 2 of debunking this clown here. 5 questions that flat earthers can't answer apparently. I've answered them many times over the years. So if you haven't seen the first video, go check it out. It's about the lunar and solar eclipses. The second question was the sun. How far away is the sun? Well, for starters, the sun isn't a physical object, okay? They can't get their head around that. I think they can, but they just want to keep fooling everybody. You know, everything has to be physical in our realm, okay? Not. Nothing is physical in this realm, or perceived to be physical. Go research your own physics. When you touch something, you're not actually touching anything. It's like two light poles of a magnet. Boom, 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 boom. Anyway, that's another lesson. So, just if you haven't seen the last video, go back and check it out. These lunar and solar eclipses, all about the Milky Way, where basically what the sun is, because the sun is tucked into the Milky Way, and that swings around the Earth as one magnetic field line. The magnetic fields are infinite, but the sun resides in the one, which is the Milky Way. And as it swings around the Earth, it'll swing over a planet. Now if it swings over that planet at the same time, there's a full moon out here, full moon out here, which is where it usually is, or a new moon in here in the face of the sun, still in alignment, right in with the sun, there will be an eclipse, because it's all about frequency cancellations. It's about knowing what the planets represent, what the sun represents, and what the moon represents, as in male and female. So go check out that video, but let's get on to the next one now, okay? And bear in mind, this hemisphere, this is the northern hemisphere only. South is a mirrored expanded version, okay? So there's always the tropical gap, and then you start again with a mirrored image, which is all the way around the north. Okay, there's your south. Expand it out, mirroring the movement of the north. So on to the sun. Question 2, how far away is the sun? 1. The sun is not a physical or even a gaseous object or item or something. A. It is a focal point in the electromagnetic field. B. It is a projection into man's personal horizon, positioned on the Milky Way. Wave. It's a toroidal field wave. Go check out what a toroidal field looks like. One of those waves is a golden ratio. They're all golden ratios. Get into this in a minute. Positioned on the Milky Way, anywhere along its wave for any latitude. So at this time of the day, this is the time of the day right across the Earth. Let's just concentrate on the northern hemisphere. So the sun is anywhere on here. Depending on where you are in latitude is where you get your image. As in longitude. Time-wise, because it's curved like this. Okay? So obviously 12 o'clock's way over here for him, but at the same time 12 o'clock is here for him. Okay? You've got to understand time dilation. Everything expands out. So that could be quite confusing for people. So let me draw an example of that. If I can find my ruler. Here it is. Everything dilates out from the center. Okay? So I think man sees about 120 degrees at a time. As the night passes over him, or the day. Let's not get too deep into that, because Every man has his personal arc of horizon where he sees all the celestial bodies all pass over that 180-degree arc, that his personal hemisphere. Okay, and it's all about depth perception as to how he's seeing everything, because everything is within the electromagnetic field. Just like you see all the depth in a ferro cell with the illumination, the light around it, same thing. Nothing's actually miles away. It's all there. It's all within this magnetic depth that isn't really there on a 2D plane. So if you look down here, you see all this depth, all of the mind. So understanding everything expands outward, just like the planets on their concentric circles. So you imagine this is the ecliptic plane. These concentric circles, they're all waves, like a wave going out, dissipating in strength. All their strength comes out of the centre black hole. Right down the horizon of this black hole is our actual sun. This is why Ptolemy or other ancient characters had the fiery squiggle around the black hole. That's the pure plasma, the real sun. We see it out at our end, anywhere out here on the Milky Way, only due to the light spectrum which has been created when the toroidal field, you could call it the Big Bang, which people don't like to hear about, but bang, came into existence. It just appeared once the sun was illuminated. Boom, it all just turned up. That's the 3D magnetic depth. Take the LEDs away from that ferro cell. What are you going to see? Nothing. You're not there. Unilluminated without the sun. That's why the sun is the creator with the Father. The Father is the black hole. Okay. So, okay, anywhere on this wave out here is the sun at that time of the day, that particular time, instant in time. Okay. The Milky Way represents one magnetic field line, which is the golden ratio. The golden ratio dilates out from the Arctics. It is the ratio per latitude. This is what gives us GPS. We know it all geometrically and geometry, mathematically. You know the 90 degrees, 180 degrees, you know, from Arctic to Antarctic, where the tropical boundary is. You know, you've got 90 to there and 90 to there. They know all that. Just put all into a computer and it'll give you the exact time of the day where you are on Earth, your zenith, your GP point. It's all quite easy once you computerize it all. You only have to know the cycles of the planets, how long it takes for the sun to catch up and pass them. Like, e.g. for Mercury, it's 88 days. They tell you it takes 88 days for the Mercury to pass the sun, which is complete BS. Nothing passes the sun if it's on the inside track. Just because it's out here, some common man thinks, well, he can see reality. No, reality's back here. The real sun. That's a misrepresentation. We're all fooled, you see. And it's for these common men who think they've got everything down pat with and call themselves scientists, have gone and declared themselves God and they know best. They have no idea what's going on back here at creation. God zone. The fire in the middle. Okay? So, time dilation. It dilates out. That's what a golden ratio does. It's time dilation. This time dilation is how they calculate latitude, timing-wise, latitude-wise. We know long arcs of longitude are just the pace of the sun. It's just working on your 15 degrees per hour. We know that one. But it's the golden ratio, time dilation and relativity and all that. Old Einstein, his cronies came up with to take you away from flat earth physics. Time dilation, relativity, relative to the zenith of the observer. Arcs of longitude for time. Latitude is ratio, dilation. It is your black hole pupils that are tuned to the frequencies. The sun on the horizon of the black hole has the highest frequency. Well, because all the energy comes out of here. waves out, waveforms out, weakens on the way out. Just like our flat earth, it weakens as it expands, it weakens. Okay? It's a weak force, strong force. There's a duality in there though. The sun on the horizon of the black hole has the highest frequency. This is the supposed mass that attracts mass for the Looney Tunes gravity. But no planet gravitates to the sun or its black hole center. They all remain on their own concentric circles, moving around the black hole center, just as the sun does. The sun moving, not fixed. Once you have the sun moving, the black hole becomes the focal point, and that equals no ellipses and nothing passing the sun. The sun's right on the horizon of the black hole. Nothing can pass it unless you're going to cut across the black hole, and you cannot do that. The black hole, the sun created here is through electrostatics of the two forces that come together in nature, the two ends of the Milky Way, or the two magnetic fields opposing each other. Well, they're not actually opposites, they're the same. They race. They're racing in to the low pressure zone. A black hole is low pressure. It's the center of a vortex. This is how we get the Milky Way racing from here, from the electrostatics, electromagnetic induction, capacitance, whatever you want, coming straight, being sucked over to here. Because right here in the hole, which is all down the center area anyway, is the low pressure up the center, and there's the other end of the Milky Way, and it's up to the center is the low pressure. But the lowest pressure is right here on the plane at the center black hole. It only gets expressed out like this because once our realm is created, it becomes 3D. So you go, there's the Milky Way, there's the black hole in there, or it's a 2D plane with the black hole there, like right in the center, circle. 2D that way, 3D down that way. Well, it's still a 2D plane that way, until it forms the vortex below. Then it becomes the 3D. Okay? So it's the two high pressures. We know the Arctic's the cold of the high pressure, race to the low pressure. So it's this racing to the low pressure. Two highs racing to a low create a vortex. So the whole center of the universe is right here. The vortex. That turns our whole system. That's his next question regarding the sun. What moves the sun? Everything is moving around the tropics here, representing the movement around the ecliptic plane here, around here, due to this vortex. The turning vortex, no matter how high or wide, only has one S curve. But that's only half the cycle. It's got to find its way back down again to go back up again, up and down, up and down. It's a figure 8. So then you come back to the figure 8. A full year cycle. People think it's 360 degrees, a full year cycle, but that goes really deep because it's actually 720 degrees. Okay, so C, done A, B and C. C, it is your black hole pupil that are tuned to the frequencies. The sun on the horizon of the black hole has the highest frequency. This is the supposed mass that attracts mass. Well, we've done all this, haven't we? Sorry. And so this is supposed to be this mass that attracts mass, but no planets out here are attracted to the black hole. They're all on the wave out here. They're not shooting into here or shooting back out. Like, I don't know how Ptolemy came about that idea. I think they've just, I don't know. He hasn't gone deep enough, but I thought he knew it all, but he didn't. Not if he thinks these things are doing epicycles, in and out, epicycles. There's no epicycles, okay? They just wander all the way around, because they're on a frequency band. That's their frequency band. Does not move. They are locked in there. But like the earthly system, as we elevate, as the atmosphere, let's say that's Earth. That's the magnet, that's Earth. The inertial plane's through the centre here. Well, Earth, if you went like that, let's say it's like that. It's actually like this, like there. But as we elevate, you've got the same thing going on. Instead of going horizontal, we're vertical in our realm. So these represent the planets this way. And but these are always reducing to nothingness. And because it reduces in pressure to nothingness, this is a magnet, remember? So this is magnetic flux. The flux of the ring magnet. There's the centre Arctic. Well, the flux is going to go like that, isn't it? Well, that's what I've drawn here. It's the same thing. Then you've got your tropical gap, which is the dielectric, which represents creation, which is in here. Same thing. Low pressure down the centre, low pressure in the tropics. You've got to understand the created realm as opposed to the creator, which is in here. Magnetically locked. So you invert it to what we know then. So we are pressurized here. That is the low pressure, magnetically locked from our pressure. Okay? But then we have our low pressure zone in here. High pressure racing to the low pressure. We imitate creation. Okay? That's what the whole Bible is all about as well. Imitating astrophysics, the celestial bodies. Whatever's happening up there is affecting the human on earth. That's what our whole realm is for the human body and the mind. And our whole realm is of the mind. Okay? So there's C, you've got obviously D, you've got the sun as a holographic projection into the moisture-filled atmosphere, just like all the other celestial bodies. And I'm the only man in the world who has a video of the moon, almost full, waving in the atmosphere, excuse me, as a chopper comes into my horizon. You can hear, I've got on video, check out my video there. There's the image of the moon, I'm videoing it, next minute's going like this, because the chopper disturbed the atmospheric moisture. Okay? E, the sun, using our known physics, is created between the tropics, the tropical boundaries of Cancer and Capricorn. Okay? It's created between this boundary and this boundary. That's the place where we get the direct magnetic alignment north to south. Otherwise it's all curved out here, curved in here. So to understand this, you either decide you want to pick on, choose one of these. Between the boundaries of Cancer and Capricorn, whether it be electrostatics, electromagnetic induction, a changing magnetic field, capacitance, or hydrostatics, all representing the same thing. But in physics and in science, they like to break it all down and put them in all their individual little boxes, but when they're all different, slightly different functions doing the same thing. Okay? So there we have the second video. Up here, old Sciman comedy actor there, he mentioned all these things. If we don't know anything about the sun or the distance of the sun, you can't get a distance on the holographic projection when it's a personal image within your own personal arc of horizon due to the black hole pupils. Your black hole pupils are tuned to the black hole frequency, black hole, and the sun is on the horizon of the black hole. Even though we're seeing our own image out in our realm now, it's still imitating creation. He's saying, well, don't understand, how can we work out distances? Well, we know about the 180 degree arc of horizon from east to west, whether you choose to work that out during the equinox or not, it's up to you. But you've got that, you've got time dilation, and you've got the sun moving at 15 degrees per hour. So we know all that, no big deal there. Don't have to say you live on a ball for any of that BS. We've got seasons, the moving of the sun on the ecliptic plane. Well, up here is the ecliptic plane, right? It's circular, and it flexes from this point down, and then it flexes back up and in, or down and out. And it brings you to the Great Pyramid of Egypt. But here's another lesson. All those, all representing arcs of degrees in the solar cycle. That's what religion's all about. Degrees, the sun's movement through this analemma. Okay, shadows. Well, they're all local, aren't they? And you know, some of you might have, if you've been following me, you should know, when they were shooting the trip down to Antarctica, you had about 20, not even that, few characters standing out on the ice, and all the shadows were all in different directions, as though the sun was right there, sending all the, spreading all the their shadows in different directions. 100% proof that the sun is local, especially near the Arctic, because that's getting near the end of the mirroring projection for the holographic projections that send our celestial bodies into a circle back to the observer, into the horizon of the observer. Well, there's your wall there. There's the sun going around the observer in the middle here. All the shadows proves it's local. Temperature is due to expansion and contraction, which is magnetism, because our whole realm is about magnetism, duality, north and south poles. It's the two like poles that come together here. These are both south poles. They don't teach you that. There's your north. Arctic's the north. There's north in the middle. Those are both Arctics. Both dip. Your compass dips at both of those places and starts going up towards the equator here. This is actually the firmament. Represents the firmament. Two like poles don't come together, do they? It's creating firmness. But that becomes vertical as well. Okay, so that's cold fusion here. It's all about cold fusion. Check out your videos on YouTube and you can see them. I just saw one the other day. There's a flame. It's cold fusion. You don't burn yourself on it. Purple flame. Not burning themselves. 5. Time itself. Speed of the sun. 15 degrees per hour. All our time is all governed by the speed of the sun. That's how we determine time over distance. It's all compared to the distance of the sun. Because there's the Earth and the sun going around it, 15 degrees per hour. We can work out how long it'll take us to fly an aeroplane from there to there. Let's say if the plane's going 550 miles per hour. You just compare it to the speed of the sun. And because of this dilation, it all equates. All flights out in the south all equate to time dilation. Yet flat earthers can't even get their head around that, even though I've been talking about it for 8 years. So there you have it, everybody. Understanding the sun's analemma, the cycles of time through the sun's analemma. It's all there. So don't be fooled with these guys trying to tell you that everything has to be physical. All your celestial bodies are physical and billions of miles away. Your whole ecliptic plane is projected up into the night sky from Cancer right out to Cancer on the other side, or from the centre here out to Cancer, and that's only 2,900 miles, statute miles. statute miles. Not billions of miles away, because it's all down in here, projected straight up into the night sky. It only goes to there, because there's a dielectric there, and then it starts again here, but it's mirrored, expanded outward. Whatever's in here, this bit here, becomes out here. So you can imagine what Polaris looks like. It's split into a 3-star system, no doubt. Probably got the 2 pointers, but you've got the bears in here, Ursa Major, Ursa Minor. You've got the pot system going on. You know, but forget the pot, just put a T through it, you get a cross. They call it the Southern Cross. And it's more understandable at like about 3 in the morning, if you start looking at them at 3 in the morning. Okay, out here. Because they're always changing shapes, because it's the way the Milky Way, because they're all connected to the Milky Way, and the Milky Way swings across the night sky. And it's changing the appearance to the observer. So you get the right time of the night, even maybe the right season, you can understand the similarities between Ursa Major and Minor, and the crux and the false cross. Okay. Okay, thanks for watching. This is the Tomb of Illumination. If you want to know more about everything, religion, spirituality, and how it all connects with the known physics of the flat earth, check out my Patreon. Okay, go straight to Saints. Cheers.